Jennifer Lopez's nightmare Diddy investigations renew questions about 1999 shooting. La 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 la. Hey guys, I am taking a walk. I'm taking a walk, but I'm feeling kind of like very unmotivated to take a really long walk. So I'm just like standing here. And so I just thought, well, what can I possibly talk about? Well, the only thing I can really think of, because I don't have any notes on anything, is the whole story with Jennifer Lopez and Puff Daddy. And as you know, she, well, I don't know, but I read that the feds in New York are reopening an investigation that occurred in the 1990s when Jennifer was dating P. Diddy. At that time, he was called Puffy or Puff Daddy. And he was basically still kind of new with his Bad Boys music label and so on. And he was involved with Jennifer, and it was a whole thing because they were interracial, sort of like Harry and Meghan. And people didn't like it. Mostly people who were Latina didn't like it because they really felt like Jennifer could do better than Puffy. Well, as it turns out, they broke up because in December of, I think, 1998 or 1999, somewhere around there, 3 days after Christmas, they were at some kind of nightclub in New York. And it is alleged that Puffy gave Jennifer a gun to put in her handbag to enter the club with. It's his gun, but I don't know. Maybe she doesn't go through the metal detector. I don't really know, because I'm not sure why her having the gun would have made a difference, since everybody goes through a metal detector anyway. But apparently it made some kind of difference. So he allegedly gave her the gun to put in her pocketbook, and they both went into the club. And then some kind of fight, as is typical in these scenarios, broke out in the club, because that seems to be a part of the entertainment for these people, is they go out for fights, with guns. And the lifestyle these people live is really something, I have to say. But I mean, who was attracted to that in the first place? Honestly, what kind of person is even attracted to that kind of life? I don't know. But let's walk down here, because I'm just standing here. I'm a little bit lazy today. So anyway, so they go into the club. It's 1998, 1999. They went to party like it's 1999. The song for the skinny guy who died. He's very famous. What was his name? Oh my gosh, very, very famous African American guy. His name begins with an S. It's not Sting. It's oh my god. What is his name? He's very, very famous. He's very short, very skinny. He's black. He said Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Purple Rain. What's his name? Oh, I'm going to lose my mind if I don't get this man's name into my mind. His name is Michael Jackson, and I don't remember his name right now. But if you remember, put it in the comments. By the time I finish this video, I'll remember. Anyway, so you know how he had this song, Let's Party Like It's 1999? Well, Jennifer Lopez and Puff Daddy really did party like it was 1999. So they go to this club in New York. Puffy allegedly gives J.LO the gun, which she puts in her handbag. A fight breaks out, as was, I guess, the whole point. I mean, why are you carrying a gun in the first place? I mean, guns are for shooting, right? So the fight breaks out, and people got shot up. People got shot. I don't know if anybody died, but then the police got involved, and J.LO and Puff Daddy allegedly, I believe my understanding is, correct me if I'm wrong, they had escaped in a car, and they were apprehended by the NYPD, arrested, detained, booked, They got a mug shot, right? And make a long story short, then you have J.LO somehow got out of the whole thing. She was apparently crying hysterically, right? And they let her out because, I mean, she's a girl and she obviously looks like a little different from the boys. And so she must be innocent, so they let her out. So what happened was Puff Daddy allegedly got one of his people, whether it's a bodyguard or whatever, like a hangers-on, to take the blame for the gun. And basically to, and he apparently paid off the guy to take the blame for the gun. These are all allegations. I cannot substantiate any of this. I have no idea. I was not there. I didn't follow very closely. I just know that J.LO got arrested, and that's all I really need to know. I don't need any more information, right? So that was that. So Puffy got off, and apparently this young man got 10 years in prison to take the rap for Puffy. These are allegations once again. So fast forward 25 years, because that's about what it is we are now in 2024. J.LO is now living a respectable life with her husband, Ben Affleck, right? In Hollywood, as we speak. I just read earlier this morning that they were looking for a townhouse in Manhattan. I mean, and they have very, very expensive real estate, okay? So they're doing well. Life is great. She's had 25 years to build herself up because at the time she was an unknown. She was just starting out. She literally walked on Puffy's shoulders to get up the ladder. She needed Puffy, right? She needed a Puffy to launch herself up, right? Because at that time, Latina girls in New York were not really given the same deference in the music industry or even in Hollywood as other girls. They were still fighting their way up. So Puffy, who had already made a name for himself and had his own record label, was a really good catch for J.LO at that time. Of course, the time came when he was a liability more than he was an asset, and she quickly let him go right after the gun incident, right? They broke up. And I don't know, do you remember that time where she had read a Valentine's card he had sent her, whether that was the same year or whatever, or the year before? But, they were the thing. So anyway, come to find out, 25 years later, Puffy is in a lot of legal trouble because people are saying he did this and he did that. I mean, I don't even want to wade into all of it. You know what I mean? I can't even, I just, it's too much. So he's in all this trouble, right? Everybody's ratting at him. I'm hearing from Tisa that, or was it Tisa? Somebody said that he has videotapes of everyone in the music industry, including even Beyonce. He has videotapes of Beyonce being intimate with her husband. I think the term they used was, this is, I can't believe I'm saying this on national television. I think the term they used was Beyonce getting her freak on. This is where I was done. But that all being said, I hope that's all false. I hope that's false, right? But the point is, with J.LO, I mean, I digress. J.LO is now I'm thinking that she might be peeing in her pants because now that Puffy's in all this trouble, the feds raided two of his homes, one in Miami, one in Los Angeles. Did you see the wreckage? That these people left this young man's house into? I'm not really sure that was justified force, but I don't have the data, so I can't really say. But that kind of concerns me a little bit. Like, wait a second, was that a constitutionally correct type of invasion under the circumstances. But I digress. So anyway, I'm thinking that J.Lo must be peeing in her pants, because now that everything has hit the fan, all the cow manure has hit the fan, now the feds in New York, or whatever, the NYPD, whatever it is, are saying, allegedly, I have not substantiated any of this, that they're going to reopen the case from 25 years ago when J.Lo had that gun in her pocketbook on behalf of her then boyfriend, Puff Daddy. So my big thing is, as I try to walk up these stairs, is, do you think J.Lo is basically peeing in her pants at this time? Or do you think she knows that it's going to be okay? Because I don't really know what the consequences would be, really, from a legal perspective. But if she had possession of an illegal gun, an unregistered gun, he had no legal right to that gun, apparently. She had possession of it. She gave it to him, and he shot up people in a club. It would seem to me that at a minimum, she possessed the gun at a certain juncture, right? So you have an illegal possession on the part of Jennifer Lopez, but you also have an accessory to a crime. She assisted Puffy in committing a crime, and you potentially also have, I don't know, but you potentially have a perjury charge, because if she was a witness, and she took an oath to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God, and then she turned around and she lied on the stand at any juncture during that proceeding, you could be looking at a third charge. And what else could you be looking at? I mean, I don't know. It just seems like at a minimum you have 3 charges, but I'm sure there are many others that I can't even think of. Because if someone was jailed unlawfully due to false testimony, I don't know. It sounds like trouble. But do you think that J.Lo is peeing in her pants? Tell me in the comments. Just sound off in the comments if you even care, whether you think J.Lo is in trouble and if she's peeing in her pants.